Chase Evans, president of Evans Construction. We're going to take a few minutes today to talk about our process on how to properly make a punch list. So let's go inside and get started. All right, so one of the first things to remember is that every building, just like us, is never going to be absolutely perfect. But what we need to focus on is distinguishing between flaws that still meet the design intent and mistakes and errors that absolutely need to be corrected. Okay, this here is a great example of an acceptable flaw. So obviously there was a ding or a hole in the wall at some point. It's been patched and repaired, but when the painters came back, they used the wrong color. No big deal. We'll come back, use the right color, paint it up, good to go. A few more things to remember as we get started in our punch list. The quicker that we can create a punch list and complete it, the quicker that you can now occupy your space and use it for its intended purpose. Second, as you build a punch list team, ideally you want that team to be as small as possible, fewest number of people, but also with people that have been familiar with the project. They know the ins and outs, they know all the spaces, they know where to look and what to look for. And last but not least, keep in mind that sometimes the repair of an issue can actually leave the situation worse than when you started. One of the things to keep in mind as you go about conducting your punch list and conducting your inspections is that there's a standard methodology for inspecting the walls. It's based off of the Drywall Finishing Council's standard for visual inspections. A couple things to keep in mind here is that ideally when you're conducting your punch list, you want your lighting to be representative of what the finished space is going to look like. For example, here, the window treatments haven't been put up yet. The blinds and the shades aren't up. So we're getting all that natural light that's coming through and really highlighting the walls. That really creates a harsh environment for conducting the inspections and doesn't represent what the final product's going to look like. One of the other things to keep in mind is that you really should be standing at a natural, comfortable 5 to 6 feet distance away from the wall as you conduct the inspection. We're not taking spotlights, super close floodlight inspection. It's not that. We're getting a really close inspection on it. What is that? We want it to be natural. We want it to be just like you intend to use the space. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the tools and the templates that are going to be utilized during the punch list process. So really there's two key aspects that you're going to be using as you walk around and conduct your punch list. It's the spreadsheet and your floor plan. So you've seen the floor plan throughout the project. It identifies all the different rooms. That's what's going to be our basis for evaluation. And then there's going to be a punch list spreadsheet that will be given to you. So you use the floor plan as reference, for example, kitchen 109. And then the spreadsheet, so as you identify things that are concerns or issues, you identify what the issue is, what room it comes from, what direction, north, south, east, west on the plan that you see an issue. And then ideally, what we would want you to do is take a photo. Everyone has a cell phone, a smartphone. Take a photo of the issue. Got it. And then write a short little narrative next to it on the spreadsheet. So that way it's easy to identify. When the folks come back to do the repairs, they can make sure that they're addressing each and every issue that you've got. Those are our tools and templates for conducting a punch list. All right, so one thing to keep in mind as we go along and we're identifying issues on our punch list using our punch list spreadsheet and our floor plan is that when we see an issue, we want to be mindful on how we identify it actually on the wall. Best case is I want you to take painter's tape, put a small piece of painter's tape on the wall that identifies the issue. Some things not to do. Do not take a pencil, graphite or otherwise, and mark up the wall. The graphite will still come through even when it gets painted over. Some folks used to use a nickel or a quarter, same thing, and make a circle, same issue. Come through on the paint, now we fixed one issue and created another. So ideally, small piece of painter's tape, stick it on the wall, mark it on the spreadsheet, let's keep going. Well, that about wraps it up for our standard procedure for creating a punch list. We appreciate you joining us today and watching. We hope you and your team have found this to be informative and helpful. Please follow us online on our social media platforms where you can find more videos just like this that can help you out in your building project. Thanks again, and God bless.